What are my favorite bread and butter neighborhoods for rental investing? I get that question a lot. That's today's video. Let's dive in. Hey everyone, I'm Clayton Morris. I'm the founder of Morris Invest, and I'm a longtime real estate investor. And the question that we get a lot of times in the office or through the podcast or through the videos are, what are your bread and butter neighborhoods? What do your typical neighborhoods look like? So today we're hitting the streets in one of my bread and butter style neighborhoods to explain why I like this type of neighborhood. And so I just want to say the time of day it is right now, it's about 4 in the afternoon. What that means is that most people should be at work, right? And that's exactly the style of neighborhood that I like. What do I like? I like blue collar, hard-working neighborhoods, and the houses aren't huge. There's not a lot of moving parts to the houses. They're gonna be, I like to call them bulletproof houses. And what do I mean? Well, in my typical C-class neighborhoods, there's not gonna be a lot of moving parts. There's not gonna be garage door openers and garbage disposals and central air and a lot of the bells and whistles that you might find in A-class neighborhoods with a lot of moving parts. As you know, my videos, when I talk about A-class neighborhoods being the worst, you gotta check out my video on the difference between A, B, and C neighborhoods. So there's not a lot of moving parts. You're not gonna have garbage disposals. You're not gonna have 2 central air systems or 2 furnaces or 2 HVAC systems. You're gonna have maybe 1 at most, and most of the time you're not gonna have any, and you're gonna have window units that the tenants will bring to the property. Let's just take a walk down the street here and you can see this is a typical house, typical sort of brick house, fairly nondescript, not terribly exciting, but it gets the job done. Typically a 3-bedroom, 1 bath, a 3-bedroom, 2 bath, or a 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And you can see this street, pretty quiet, people at work. Let's head over here. This is a good example of a typical property that I would rehab right here. Across the street, I'm gonna get killed. But this is a typical property that I would rehab right here. Small brick home, fairly nondescript. Garage door probably doesn't even have a mechanical garage door opener. Perfect small backyard, perfect example of a house that I would renovate and place a tenant in the property with my team. Here's another example. This is exactly the type of home that I like to rehab. Pretty simple. Nice yard, well kept, brick, and again, not a lot of moving parts in this property. Let's walk down here a little bit. Let's cross back over the street over here. You can see here's another typical property that I would do. Small brick. This one needs a new roof on it. Yeah, probably another few years this one could use a new roof. But again, probably about 50 years old on this house, 50, 60 years old. Great condition and very easy to get in there, rip out cabinets, update the furnace, update a water heater, put on a new roof, update the windows, redo the hardwood floors if there's hardwood floors in there, and take care of the other mechanicals in the property, update the electric, update the plumbing, and put a great tenant in that property. So, and you can see we're actually not too far. There's a main street over here as well. So I want to be near main streets, main arteries, because bus stops are there. And a lot of my tenants like to take public transportation. It's easy. I just saw a bunch of people walking home, getting off the bus stop, and walking right down the main street here and coming to their property where they're going to spend the rest of the night. You can hear kids in the backyard over here. So this is a typical bread and butter neighborhood where I do a lot of my rental properties. If you have any questions, I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions. You can email them into us. Also, leave your comments in the thread below. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are and if you had experiences in this as well. Again, a little quick walk through one of our bread and butter neighborhoods. Hopefully I don't get killed crossing streets. I'm Clayton Morris. Thank you so much for checking out the channel and subscribing. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments thread below. And if you're ready to take action and book a call with our team, you can do that right below. We'll take great care of you. Just go to the morrisinvest.com and we'll take great care of you. Now go out there, take action, and become a real estate investor, everyone. We'll see you next time.